Hello everyone. So for this week, we're going to talk about volume of solid figures. Solid figures are three-dimensional figures. So for today, we're going to talk about volume of cuboids. Our goal here is for you to be able to derive the formula for the volume of a cuboid and apply it. So let's have this one first. The length of a rectangular tabletop is 50 centimeters and the width is 32 centimeters. How much cloth will be required to cover the table? What is the area of the tabletop? And how can we find out how much space the table will occupy? So let's answer these questions one by one. So by answering one, we need to get the area of the tabletop. So that means we need to answer 1 and 2. So, since we have a rectangular tabletop, we're going to use the area of a rectangle, which is length times width. So, our length is 50 centimeters. Our width is 32 centimeters. So, by applying the formula of the area of a rectangle, that's 50 times 32, and it will give you 1,600. Therefore, the area of the tabletop is 1,600 square centimeters. Now, for the third question, you are asked how to find out how much space the table will occupy. So that means you're going to get the volume of it. But we don't know yet how to get the volume of a cuboid. So let's try to derive it using the area of a rectangle. So let's recall how to get the volume of this figure using unit cubes. So suppose that each side of this cube is 1 centimeter. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as your length. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 as your width. So to count the unit cubes, so that's 1, 2, 5 times 4. So that's 20 unit cubes. So we're going to count it by layer. So for the first layer, it's 20 unit cubes. For the second layer, another 20 unit cubes. For the third layer, another 20 units cube. Then add it all to get the volume of this figure. So we have 60 cubic centimeters. Now, as you can observe, we can just put it that way, in this way. So we have 20, that is 20 unit cubes, times how many layers you have. So 3, that's why it's multiplied by 3. So we have 60 cubic centimeters. So this one, so let's try to get the area of the base or the top. So we have a rectangle here. So suppose again that the side is equal to 1 centimeter. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, then times 1, 2, 3. So that's 12 unit cubes. How many layers? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 layers. So that's 12 times 4 is equal to 48 cubic centimeters. Now, what if we have this kind of figure? So we have our length, which is 5.7 centimeters, our width, which is 1.3 centimeters, and let's say this is our layers, that is 3 centimeters. So we can call it as height of the cuboid. So first, we're going to get the area of the base. So we have length times width. So our length is this, our width is 1.3. So that's 5.7 times 1.3. It's equal to 7.41 square centimeters. So is that the answer for the volume of the cuboid? No, because that is the area of a rectangle only. To get the volume of the cuboid, we need to multiply it by this, or by the height of the cuboid. So 7.41 times 3 is equal to 22.23 cubic centimeters. So that means this is how we get the volume of a cuboid. Another example. So we have the length, which is 6.3 centimeters. The width is 1 centimeter. The height is 2.2 centimeters. So let's first get the area of the base, which is the rectangle. So that's 6.3 times 1. So that's 6.3 square centimeters. Then multiply it by the height. So 6.3 times 2.2. It is equal to 13.86 cubic centimeters. Now, to get the volume of the cuboid, we need this one, this part. 7.41 is the area of a rectangle, which is length times width, while this 3 is our height. So we're going to multiply it by height. Therefore, the formula in getting the volume of a cuboid is length times width times height. So remember this one, length times width times height. So let's try to apply it by solving this problem. So find the volume of a box with a height of 200 centimeters, length of 120 centimeters, and width of 140 centimeters in cubic meters. Now, so we're going to find the volume of the box. So since it's 200 centimeters, 120 centimeters, and 140 centimeters, that means it's not the same. So we can say that we have a rectangular faces. So it's a cuboid. So let's have the formula in getting the volume of a cuboid, which is length times width times height. So we have length, which is 120 centimeters, width 140 centimeters, height 200 centimeters. But since we are asked to find the volume in cubic meters, we're going to convert this into meters. So that's 1.2 meters, 1.4 meters, and 2 meters. Then we're going to multiply all the value in meters. So 1.2 times 1.4 times 2, it's equal to 3.36. Therefore, the volume of the box is 3.36 cubic meters. Now, answer your student workbook online through Google Class.